Okay, so one of the questions that I get all the time, because I'm a video guy, is what gear do I need to get? Well, you don't probably need to get much of anything, in my opinion. It depends on what you're doing. So I have uh, thousands upon thousands upon thousands of dollars of gear, and I have spent tens of thousands of dollars on gear. But in today's world, cameras are better. They're smaller, they're cheaper. You don't need to break the bank to get started. If you're a professional video guy, you need some stuff. If you're just trying to shoot something like what this is, a video like this, it's very minimal. Here's a picture of me sitting here. Here's the light that I use, which is just this little ring light thing that I stick clip on. It just gives me an extra little boost. Here, I can even show you in this video live what this does. So that's without this little light, and that's with the light. That little bit of a difference. You see that difference, right? So I found a window. I have my little light. I'm using the camera on the computer. I'm on a Mac. Camera's good. I can record there. It's not 4K. It's not even 1080p, which is the high definition, big size of high definition. This is the 720, which is the low quality of high definition. So that's what I'm using. And I got a little lavalier microphone. I can pull this off and show you. This is this little thing right here. And I clip it down here next to my chest cavity, and it helps give you that extra little bit of bass instead of sticking it out here. And why do I use this? Because in this particular room that I'm in, you can see there's hard walls, there's concrete walls. The sound kind of bounces around a little bit, and this just sort of helps to get rid of that extra echoey sound a little bit. Do you need it? No. Do you need that little light? No. I like to do them because it just adds just that much more. My whole thing is shoot better video, not just shoot video. So these are the little things that add just that much more. So this lavalier microphone costs probably $20. That little light, the little ring light thing up there, I think that's probably like $8. And that's what I got. I'm traveling right now. So this is my studio. That's what I take. And then I have my phone, which I use for all kinds of stuff, but it's not necessary to get carried away with lots of big gear. You don't need the $1,000 camera. You don't need the $200 lights. You don't need all that stuff. Is it helpful? Sure it is, depending on what you're doing. Now, if you want to shoot good quality video all over the place and have full control, you need to have all those other pieces to make it look that way. There's a reason Hollywood movies cost so much money, or why TV commercials cost so much money, because you go to the beach and they put a tent up over it so that you don't have the harsh sunlight. Then they have to take these big lights and duplicate the sun underneath that big white soft piece. So yeah, that's kind of crazy. You're bringing the sun to the beach, right? But that's the idea. You have full control over it, because what they're doing is every f-stop counts. So if you want to shoot at a certain f-stop, if there's a certain background that you want to see, the blurriness and all that kind of stuff, that's taking stuff to a whole different level than what kind of gear do you need. And this is all for live action stuff. So if you're doing talking head, which is what this is all you need. If you're doing some other videos like live action stuff around your office or your studio, your business, whatever, you might need a couple of lights, and you might need another camera to actually do that with, because you can't be running around using your computer. But I'm telling you, the camera on the phones, and this is an iPhone, but Androids work the same way. They're all the same. They're great, but they need light. They need light. That's all. And make sure your audio is good. And good audio isn't just having a good microphone. It's also, I'm in a room that's separated from the rest of the house. I'm in a room that's not next to the highway. I'm in a room that's quiet. And that makes a huge difference. If you're trying to record a video where there's a lot of noise going on around you, there's a lot of activity, it's not going to be as good, and it's going to be distracting. Now, if you want to do animation type stuff, there are programs you can get. There's the whole Adobe suite you can get. There's After Effects. There's a whole bunch of third-party softwares you can get that are, $79, $119, those kind of prices. And you can create your own. But then you've got to have the images in the right size. You need to know what you're going to do. You kind of need to script that out or storyboard it out. more so than a script. You need to understand all those other elements. You need to understand the editing process, and it's new software to learn. And that may not be the best use of your time when you can get someone else who's actually more proficient in using those tools to do it. Just like you can probably fix your broken toilet, but you prefer to call a plumber because they have all the tools and they know what to do with all of it. So, what does it cost to create your own video? Well, it can cost almost nothing or nothing, and it can cost $10,000, depending on what level you want to be at. But I think you don't want to be at the $10,000 level. You might want to be at the $100 level. And things are going well, you can slowly invest in more. You can get a little bit more. But don't let the gear be what stops you from creating video content for your business, because that is the biggest mistake you're going to make. You don't need the fancy camera. You don't need the slider to go back and forth and the person talking, and you need the camera here and then the zoom in and then the zoom in and the reverse shot. I mean, that's all the Hollywood stuff. Yeah, that's all great. And that's what I understand and what I did for forever, it seems like. But the truth is, that's probably not what you need to get started. So to get started, you don't need to really buy a whole lot. The middle ground, you can spend a little bit more. Then you can get carried away, or you can hire somebody to do it for you. So don't get hung up on the gear. Don't spend a lot. Just get it done. That's the biggest thing. Talk to you soon.